We are now live.
Thank you, Ian, and welcome to the Ukiah Unified School District regular board meeting here of December 14th, 2020. Would we like to do a roll call, Ms. Ornelas?
Okay, Trustee Arkin,
Here.
Trustee Asbury,
Here.
Trustee Barrett,
Here.
Trustee Fernandez,
Present.
Trustee Mulgard,
Here.
oh, she's there. Trustee Nelson, and Trustee Van Sant.
Here.
All
Okay,
here.
we're now going to the appointment of the trustee, Susan Asbury, to Board of Education for a 2-year term. Oh dear. I was looking for Superintendent Cuban because I thought perhaps there was something that happens here. There's no lightning bolt that happens. We just announce that that has occurred.
I believed that, and where did she go? Debbie Ornelas disappeared. Although you are all elected, we do have the board take action to appoint the trustee to the 2-year term.
Okay, in that case, is there a motion to appoint trustee Susan Asbury to the Board of Education for a 2-year term?
I so move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations, Trustee Asbury. We'd now like to have a motion to appoint trustees Zoe Fernandez, Ann Mulgard, and Megan Van Sant to the Board of Education for 4-year terms. Is there a motion to appoint?
I so move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Arkin. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you very much. We will now go to our election of officers. I will entertain a motion for the office of chairperson or president for a 1-year term.
I would, with much gratitude, move Trustee Van Sant from vice chair to chair.
Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Would we like to weigh the pros and cons of her
No,
merits
you
or
wouldn't
anything?
mind.
No, they're all fully on display. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? Congratulations, Trustee Van Sant. I will turn over the gavel as soon as we have finished this section of the meeting. Is there a nomination for our vice chair?
I
Yes, Trustee Van Sant.
would like to nominate Trustee Fernandez to move from clerk to vice chair.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Congratulations, Trustee Van Sant and Trustee Fernandez, or should I say Vice Chair Fernandez. Is there a motion for clerk to serve a 1-year term?
I would nominate Trustee Nelson to serve as clerk.
Okay.
I would second that.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of Trustee Nelson serving as clerk for a 1-year term, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Well, after a hard-fought campaign, congratulations to our new clerk, Tyler Nelson.
Let the torture begin.
Let the torture begin. Now, as a matter of course, we appoint our superintendent, Deb Cuban, as secretary to the board. Is there a motion to pass this resolution number 11 of the calendar of the school year 2021?
I move that we appoint Deb Cuban as secretary of the board.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second. Second.
And trustee Arkin seconds. Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Again, congratulations, Superintendent Cuban.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Now we will look to the board calendar for 2021.
So in general, these dates are on the second Thursdays of the month. There are a few conflicts, one of them being Veterans Day in November. We obviously do not want to have a board meeting on Veterans Day. And then there are a couple of them that fall around the holidays. So, but in general, all of the meetings will be the second Thursday of the month. These are our regular meetings, and that does not preclude us to add any special meetings as needed. And remember, also in June, we have to have 2 meetings because of the requirements for the LCAP and the budget approval.
So assuming that by the summer, some of us will actually be traveling and going on vacation and living life, are there any dates that people know of already that would be problematic for them? Okay, if not, then we would entertain a motion to accept the board calendar as presented.
I so move.
Thank you, trustee
I'll
Barrett,
second it.
and seconded. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any nays? Okay, thank you. We'll now go to the board representative to District Advisory Committee and Equity Task Force Committee.
So we usually appoint board members to superintendent's committees in August with the cycle of the committees, and with the changing over of a board member, we have a couple of vacancies on these committees. Just to remember, these are committees of the superintendent. If they were committees of the board, they would be subject to the Brown Act, but these are a couple of our regular committees. As you all know, we have our district advisory committee that meets every year, usually quarterly. We will probably have a few additional meetings in the spring to catch up on the LCAP. And then we have our equity task force that it has started to meet already. We've had 2 short meetings, but in January, February, and beginning of March, we will have some longer workshops. And that's we have, actually on both of those committees, we have approximately 60 people. So anyway, we are wanting to have board members appointed by me to sit on those committees. We already have, I think we usually have 2 board members on those committees. Currently, we have 1, and Equity Task Force, Megan, you are on that Equity Task Force, and we'd like to have 1 more. And then District Advisory Committee, who's on that? Just
I am.
yeah, thank you. President Mogard is the board member on there. So we would like to have 1 more on each of those committees. So if you have any suggestions for me, I will move those forward and we will get you the dates.
Okay.
Are we supposed to suggest somebody other than ourselves?
You can do that.
You can, because since there's no vote, superintendent can take under consideration any recommendations we have and then can get something out probably by Friday of this week.
Okay, I'd like to recommend myself for neither, but I would like to recommend trustee Barrett for the DAC.
Good.
Trustee Barrett, are you interested in that?
Yes, I would gladly serve on that.
Okay,
And Superintendent Cuban, I believe both Tyler Nelson and myself could make ourselves available for the Equity Committee. So maybe you could just look at the composition of that committee and decide who's the most appropriate.
just taking a few notes here. Okey doke.
All right, thank you very much. Have we received any public comment regarding closed session items?
And none received.
Okay, then having no further business, I would like to thank you for your cooperation during my year as chair, for not being too obstreperous. And the proverbial gavel is yours, Trustee Van Sant.
I would like to acknowledge, Anne, your year of being board president in a really, really, really hard year. So thank you for that. I know this is it's definitely the hardest calendar year I've been on the board. So I appreciate your leadership during this time.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
And I will echo that. Just as a superintendent, having you as a resource has been just during this, and I would say most difficult time in education for me as well, just having you to be able to support me as a superintendent and the district. I've really appreciated it. So thank you.
You're very welcome. It has been my pleasure. And we will now reconvene at the new closed session phone number at 4:30. Thank you all.